Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Yes, yes, I know. The drama. Seems like I'm always finding drama on the internet. While I don't have drama per se in my own life, because I don't allow it in my house, it seems like Destiny has finally pretty much reaped what he sowed. And what I mean by that, and I don't mean to just speak completely ill of him, but yeah, open relationships don't work, and I don't understand how this has come as a surprise. And I know he's going to try to avoid saying that that's probably the problem. Just know that he did state he is going to seek more therapy, which I'm not trying to discredit therapy by no means. I just don't think that's the cure all, that's the answer to everything. I think people need to start going outside more. See, he is a YouTuber. He is a political activist, I guess you would say. He's on the political side of YouTube. I don't agree with any of the political people on YouTube, especially when you were just a regular, daily content shit poster, essentially, kind of like me, where I just kind of shit post and talk a lot of trash about other videos or video games or movies, whatever tickles my fancy. But in this case, this is just downright sad, and I'm laughing at it. I am. People can call me an asshole. That's fine. But this was like not unforeseen. This is a person who advocated that open relationships are okay if you can, if it works. Now he did not advocate that it is for everyone. I will say that. But I think anyone that tries to say open relationships are fine, they fail. They almost always fail. Like almost 100% of the time. Being that his entire life's on the internet, I don't know. I assume he tried to hide this a little bit. Not so much hide it, but tried to keep it under wraps before he can actually get a positive way to, spend this essentially. I have to say, I don't think there was any way to fix this. He did not have a prenup, so the marriage that he has is now already going to cost him half of whatever he's worth. And I only speak on this behalf because I only speak on it because I think this is just ironic, honestly, and it's hugely ironic if you don't see it that way. A guy who advocated that his relationship is healthy and that he basically, what was it he said? He married her without a prenup because he saw it lasting decades. It didn't last few years. This has got to be one of the craziest divorces I'm going to see, other than finding out, Will Smith's been divorced since like 2016. But this is one of those things where I have to say I think it's the age and the power dynamic, which I don't think people really looked into. So she was 18 when a lot of people said she met, but I've also seen sources where they say that she was underage when they met. And that's where the communication started, which, if that's the case, this is a disgusting situation and probably would have to be handled a different way. But let's just say she was 18 at the start of everything and he was 28 or 30 or whatever old he was, how old he was. That still doesn't make it good. He still was too old for her, and that's the thing. She was a young person. There's no way this was going to work. Unless he has a very stunted mind and she's very mature for her age, which is a disgusting term. I would assume one or the other was definitely not in the right state of mind for this relationship. I do not agree with people being so young, being with older people. While it's completely legal, it is 100% legal. I think morally somebody should understand they're taking advantage of the other somewhere. The younger person could be taking advantage of an older person for money, for freedom, for whatever their state and their reason is. The older person is taking it because of some sycophant that wants a younger person, just legally speaking. So yeah, I 100% think that this situation is definitely a lot worse off than what they're trying to tell people. So essentially, they met, started dating, open and kept it open. And his whole phrase was, "Well, yeah, she may fuck other people, but she comes back home to love me." Yeah, no, she didn't. She's definitely been dating other people. I don't care what he wants to say. There's no way for him to justify any of this because now it's blowing up in his face. He's literally sitting there holding the bill. He is holding everything, and he's just basically handed it off. I think there's just a small takeaway from this, considering the fact Sneeko decided to get involved and say something, which is ironic. I think he's only trying to push the narrative away from himself because he's just a Tate wannabe, and I think it's hilarious. I don't care what your point, what your side is with Tate or Sneeko or anybody. Honestly, they're all political figures essentially. I think overall this is a situation that has been it was going to happen. That's how I look at it. It was going to happen. There's no way around it. These two, like I said, the age difference does not add up because when you have somebody so young, they have a different lifestyle. They do 100%. You could say you can cater to it, but you just couldn't. That's why she went and did other people. A relationship can only be as strong as your bond to it. And if you think that, well, it's control. There's a difference between staying bonded and being controlling. But I think in overall, this person, Destiny himself, and his girlfriend Melania, whatever her name is, I really don't care because she's just some young moron to me. She's just a kid that wants to go around and sleep around and justify her manner by being married and say they were in an open relationship, which I think is toxic in itself. I think she manipulated him to a degree and he kind of fell for it. And now she's going to get a big old bank check and never have to work a day in her life. That's what happens when you're dumb. I mean, you don't look things through. Yeah, life is about making mistakes. Don't get me wrong. That's the whole point. Make mistakes. Go out there, live a little. But you shouldn't make a life-altering mistake. That's the difference. When you're out there sleeping around, having fun, drinking, don't drive, and you're handling yourself. You have to be smart in these situations. Don't put yourself in a situation that can ruin you. And I'm not saying that his career is ruined. It won't be, but he's probably going to have a different mentality going forward. The fact he's seeking therapy, further therapy, is going to help with, I assume, depression, which is nothing to ogle at. It's nothing to try to ignore. But at the same time, like I've said time and time again, I know doctors that have literally prescribed people the sun. So maybe go outside some more. I don't know. Like I go outside when I'm not on night shift. I like to stand outside on the weekends, or when I get home, I'll just get out of my truck and just sit there in front of while the sun's out, if it's out. The winter makes it a lot worse because, I mean, it's cold and the sun's not out all that much. But even then, sometimes on lunch, if I just feel like it, I'll go step outside and just let the sun kind of go over me, and it makes you feel way better. I'm just stating that out there. If you don't know, now you know. Vitamin D helps a lot, and that's probably going to be his case. He needs to just go out more. I don't know. I think this whole situation is funny. I know it's kind of a dick thing to do, but when somebody advocates for something and just blows up in their face, I think irony is funny, and that's exactly what this is. It's irony. He spoke up too much about it, and now it's blown up in his face. But yeah, I don't want to bully him. I don't want anybody to go harass him. It's probably a very bad time for him. But yeah, I ain't got much more to say about that. Y'all have a good one.